So recently I asked you guys to comment some of your bookish hot takes in one of my recent shorts, and today I'm going to be reacting to those bookish hot takes. So thank you to everyone who commented your hot takes / unpopular opinions. If I don't agree with your hot takes, I'm not trying to be mean about it. I just have a different opinion, but I'm not hating on anybody. And also, feel free to comment your opinion on these hot takes in the comments. Just keep it nice and respectful. Also, I'm not going to be reacting to every single one of the comments I got because some of them were either from books that I haven't read or they just don't translate well into this video. But still, thank you to everyone that commented, and I really appreciate that. I printed out the hot takes on this paper because I couldn't think of another way to read them because I couldn't memorize all of them. And I printed them out so small, look at that. So now I can't read them. Hold up. The first hot take I will be reacting to is this one, and it is, hot take, floppy books are way better than hardcovers. Actually, I think I agree with this. I used to be hardcovers are way better than paperbacks, but I think actually I like floppy books better. I think hardcovers look better on the shelf. I have hardcovers there, I guess. But I think they look better on the shelf, but floppy books are way easier to read because they kind of just you could sit them down and they'll stay open, you know? So I think those are more fun to read, but hardcovers are better on the shelf. But yeah, I think if I had to pick between floppy books and hardcovers, I actually don't know which one I would pick because I like collecting books. But yeah, I like reading floppy books better. Okay, the next one is, I hate when they make the main character perfect and love reading any scene that proves they are not. I agree with this because even though it's fiction, nobody in real life is perfect. None of us are perfect. That's just a fact. And it's just so unrealistic reading about any character that just don't have any flaws. These glasses make it look like I have no eyebrows. I just noticed that. I have them, I promise. Anyway, yeah, it's just it feels so unrealistic. What do you mean he can do literally everything and is perfect in every situation? It's so annoying. And I definitely agree with seeing scenes where they're not perfect. You can make someone that's more talented and appears perfect, but if you throw in a scene that shows that they're not, even if it's just simple, it makes it a lot better because no one is perfect. So writing characters that are just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I definitely agree with this one, and thank you for commenting. Also, I'm gonna try to tag everyone that commented in this video. If I don't figure out how to do that, please forgive me, but yeah. Okay, this next bookish hot take is that a romance book without spice can still be good and make you kick your feet and giggle. I 100% agree. I do not read spice at all. I'm a Christian and that just doesn't line up with my beliefs. So all of the romance books I've ever read don't have spice in them. And there are so many that are still so good. I think actually, not that I have read a spice scene, but in my opinion, I think that it kind of makes the romance more realistic and better portrays their relationship as if they don't have a spice scene. And what I mean by this is, if you can read a book where they don't have any physical intimacy in that sense, I mean they can still kiss, but you know what I'm saying, and you can still see and tell that they really do love and care about each other, I think it just makes their relationship just seem so much more real, you know? If the only thing that shows that they love each other is a spice scene, it doesn't seem like they would actually love each other, you know? It seems more just physical attraction. So yeah, I definitely agree with this comment, and thank you for commenting that. Next up we have, if I read one book, I have to read the rest, even if I don't like it. I think this is more so a personal preference thing. If you read one book of a series and decide that you don't like it, then you don't have to continue it, you know? Reading's for fun. So if you don't want to continue it, then don't, you know? I personally, unless the first book is absolutely terrible, usually I will read at least the second book because I want to know what happens. You know, sometimes I've read the first book in a series and been like, this is just not for me, I'm not going to read it. But if the first book is like just okay, then I'll probably still read the second book if I like already own it or can listen to the audiobook, because I'll like want to know what happens. But yeah, I feel like usually I'll finish a series just because I want to know what happens, but like I don't think it matters if people finish it or not. Like, I don't care if you read the whole series or not, you know, it doesn't matter to me. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. And thank you for commenting. Okay, the next one is, if you are reading a book out of order in the series, even if you don't like it, you must read the rest of the books in the series. I don't think you must do it, you know? I think so I've done it before where I've accidentally read like the third book in a series without realizing it, and then I'll go back and read the whole series because I want to, you know, read the actual story, you know, just like actually read the series in the right order. But like I said with the other one, it doesn't matter to me what other people do, you know? Like, if you read the third book in the series and just like don't want to read the rest of the series, then that's fine. Like, it's kind of a personal preference thing. But like for me, if I read the third book of a series or like the second book, sorry, my rabbit is drinking her water and it's so loud. Anyway, but for me personally, if I accidentally start reading a book out of order, I'm going to probably read the series in order unless I absolutely hated the book that I read. Then we have this one. It's kind of long, so bear with me. I like stumble over my words and everything. But anyway, it is, not everything that is peddled online, did I say that right? Peddled? Yeah, peddled online, especially in the dark romance / fantasy community, is a well-written book. It's a personal opinion, of course, but there are different alternatives and well-written books that go unrecognized because of the handful of books that are constantly shown. And then they go on to say some books that they've read that are like this, but I'm not going to read all those out, but feel free to pause and read this comment. Okay, so I don't think I've read a whole lot of popular books. I have definitely read some, like I've read Caraval, Once Upon a Broken Heart. I can't really think of any others, but I've definitely read some popular books, but I don't think I've read a whole lot, mainly because I don't read spice, and most popular books are spicy. And I definitely haven't read any dark romance, and I don't think any dark fantasy either. So I can't really say whether I agree with this or not, but I definitely think a lot of popular books aren't really that well written. And I think that's because they might actually be well-written books, but they're hyped up so much that we go into them expecting that they're going to be like life-changing experiences, you know? Like, if you hype something up so much, the standards that they're held at just aren't even going to be met. Like, it's not even possible, you know? I feel like I'm going all over the place. I gotta think about this for a second. I feel like my forehead looks really massive right now. Maybe it's the glasses. Oh gosh. Maybe I should get bangs. Okay. Yeah, so I don't really know how to answer this, but I definitely think that a lot of the popular books just don't live up to the standard of writing that they're held to. I feel like everybody has different opinions on like what is good writing and not, but like in my opinion, I don't think a lot of popular books live up to the hype. I don't know why I keep doing this. Anyway, I don't think a lot of popular books like live up to the hype, but that's just because they're hyped up by like literally everybody and are held to just such high standards that it's like impossible to meet those standards. They also left another hot take, which is books with excessive trigger warnings are written solely for shock value. I don't really know about this one because I don't really read books with trigger warnings in them, but y'all feel free to put your opinion on this in the comments. And thank you to this person for commenting. Then Dragon Rider Elf commented, an author's personal beliefs will always show up in their writing somehow. I see a lot of people getting mad over certain messages in books, example, pro-life messages, that show up in Neil, I'm not going to even try to say this guy's last name, but here it is, in his writing, even if they know or vaguely know where the author stands on the subject. I've not read anything by this guy, I don't think. Maybe I haven't, just forgot, but I don't think I've read anything by him. But I do agree with this hot take. I don't think it always happens, but your beliefs kind of influence like every aspect of your life. So like they definitely do get into writing. I think if you're a Christian, even if you don't necessarily write about God in your books, like you're not writing like a devotional or something, or like a theology book, I still think it shows some of your Christian values in it. It might not cover every subject, but it'll show your Christian values. But yeah, I definitely agree that your beliefs are going to shine through in the things that you're writing. Like if you're a Christian, your Christian beliefs are probably going to shine through. You're not going to glorify things that go against what the Bible says. And if you have, I guess, like mainstream beliefs, I don't even know what to say, but stuff that's, if you have beliefs that aren't biblical, those are probably also going to shine through too, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I definitely agree with this hot take. And thank you, Dragon Rider Elf, for commenting. Okay, and then last one of my favorites, is morally gray men are not actually attractive. They're hot for sure, but personality is a big part of how attractive someone is. I 100% agree with this. I have not read about a single morally gray main male character that I have found attractive because, yeah, they're super hot and they act super hot, but their personalities are just terrible. Like, there'll be people, for instance, this is just a book I have beside me, but I'm currently reading Powerless. Kai Azar, one of the hottest bookmen ever, his job is to kill people. Like, guys, that is not a hot personality. They are not actually attractive. If we knew these men in real life, we could look at them and say, oh yeah, they're hot, but I would run away from them if they came near me because they're terrible people. I definitely agree with this, and I'm glad that there's like other people out there that actually think this, because it seems like everyone is all over morally gray characters. I personally don't like morally gray characters at all. Like, unless they have like a redemption arc, and like they get over their morally gray beliefs, then I don't like it at all. Like, what do you mean he kicks puppies for fun? Like, I don't like that. Like, can't you be nice for once? A good example of this, I don't have the book anywhere near me, of course, but a good example of this is like Jax from Once Upon a Broken Heart, or Kai Azar, like I said. Kai's a little different because like he doesn't really want to, but whatever. A good example of this is like Jax, meanest man alive. Like, he's so mean, but everyone's obsessed with him because he's hot. And yeah, I definitely fully agree with this hot take, and I could not have said it better myself. Also, like, if you get with a morally gray man, they're not going to be fun when they're like 40. Let me rephrase that. You're not going to like them as much when they're not attractive anymore. Like, when they get old and are all wrinkly and everything, that's when their attractiveness ends, you know? Like, they're not hot anymore. They don't have anything else. So yeah, I definitely agree with this one. Thank you so much for commenting. Okay, that is all of the hot takes. Let me know if you want me to do a part 2 of this. Feel free to comment your bookish hot takes in the comments, and like I said, feel free to share your opinion on these as long as you're nice about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, and also comment any video ideas that you want me to do, and I'll be happy to do them as long as they're not like weird or anything. Okay, bye!